Right, hello there guys, and a massive welcome to video number 24, and today we're going to be reviewing the iJoy Limitless XL. With this device, as you can see, I'll take a quick vape with you now. Now in here already I've got the dual coil RTA section that comes with it. I will be going down into a close-up to show you the contents, and then I'll be doing a strip down and a rebuild. Let me take a quick vape for you. As you can see, again, good vapor production and really good flavor. I'll be giving you my final thoughts on the device anyway. But let me get into a little bit of a description about what you get within the contents, how I have found the use of each section, and so on and so forth. Now, the stock coil that comes with it, it is a 0.15 ohm stock coil with a maximum up to 215 watts, I believe it says on the device. Now, with the stock coil, when I was using it, I didn't find that I got a hell of a lot of flavor with it. And after about three puffs on the stock coil, I found that I started to get a little bit of a dry hit. So I used the stock coil for one day. Another con with the stock coil is that it makes the tank really, really hot, and then that heat transfers down into your device, and it makes the button feel a bit hot when it don't get like hot button, but it makes the device as a whole feel hot because of the heat transfer from the tank with the stock coil in. So then on the second day, then I switched over to the single coil RTA section of the Limitless, and I did rather enjoy it. The flavor got a lot better. The only thing that is not as good as what the stock coil gives is that with the stock coil at the bottom, when you're taking a vape, through the gaps there you get a red light glowing, or you can get a green light or a blue light or a white light, I believe. With the RTA sections, you don't get that light. But as I said, it's just a minor little con. It's not a major issue, but it's, you know, it would be a nice additive if they did it on all of the sections, the stock coil and the two RTA sections. So then I used this single coil deck for another day, and then on the third day then I went to the dual coil deck RTA section, and again the flavor improved a hell of a lot. Vapor production as well improved loads, and I've stuck to the dual coil RTA section with the Limitless XL because I found, for me personally, that's what has worked best. That is the one I find I get the most flavor with, and it is also the one I find I get the more dense, flavorful vapor production. So let me show you on the box itself. I'll go into the close-ups to show you the contents, but then on the outside then you get the classic Limitless logos and designs on their packaging. You get iJoy on the side there. On the other side then you get pictures of the decks and so on and so forth. You get the stock coil, the single RTA section, the dual coil RTA section, and on the back then you get your scratch authenticity, and you also get the write-ups there with the specs of the device. So it's a 25mm in diameter, innovative airflow control ring, unique rebuildable and interchangeable deck system, 19.8mm build-in space, 3.5 times 2.5mm rectangle holes on dual coil deck, 6.5mm diameter on air hole on single coil deck, pre-made 0.15 ohm light up coil, 50 watt to 215 watt, 4mm e-liquid capacity, easy top fill system, Phillips head screws, peak insulator. So there we have it. Now let me show you the top airflow, top fill section that you get on this. It's quite hard to grip hold of, as you could see. But there, then it took a bit of potching about and to get a good grip on there. I would like maybe, in my own personal preference now, in the screw off bit for the fill ports, I'd like sort of like ridges in there or ridges around the side to make the grip a little bit better. But let me show you there. Look, easy fill ports there, loads of room, so you're not going to get any spills or mess going on there at all. On the device itself, then you get the X and you get the L in gold plated steel going around the rim and in all on the diameter of the device itself. So there we have it. Let me take another quick vape for you then before we go down into the close-ups to show you the contents. I'm going to be stripping down the device itself. I'm not going to be taking out the coils and doing a complete rebuild for you because I'm rather enjoying the coils that came preloaded into the RBA section itself. So I don't want to just have to take them out and waste them because they are damn good coils. So I'll take a quick vape for you. There you go. Now, I don't know if you can see that quite tidy there. Let me just see if I can get a better view for you. There we go. The dual coil section's coming in at 0.16 and I'm using it at 75 watt. That's all that's needed. So there we go. Without further ado, let's head down below for the close-ups. Right, so here we go, guys, down in the close-ups. Now, let me show you the box and the contents first off. So there we go, we slide it out to the outer case in there. And inside here, we have, if I can get it out there you go. We have the stock coil. If you can see there, look, yeah, 0.15, 50 to 250 watt. In there, then you get a quad build. And at the bottom there, then, see the lights at the bottom? If you can see them in there, that's what in my device lights up red. So that's the stock coil. And then this part here is the single coil, single coil deck. So there you have it, look. Let me see if I can get close into that coil. I think that's the best I'm going to get. Let's have a look here. There you go. Now, to me, but there, that looks like kind of like half staggered stapled Clapton, maybe. Not too sure what exactly the name of these coils are, but I am rather enjoying them. They look like parallel. So, but I'm really enjoying using these coils. They do work really well. Flavor that I'm getting off them, and you don't hear hardly any spitbacks or anything like that. So they work. Now look how well machined and neat that looks also. And again, as you can see, you get the quarter moon shaped posts with the Phillips screws. So there we go, that's that part. That screws back on top there. And then when you're doing these, obviously then the cotton legs go in these holes at the side. And that's where the juice fills in. Also in here then, on this part, you get your spare glass. As I've said, it's a 4ml tank capacity. In there you get some Japanese cotton, you get a spare drip tip, 510 drip tip, you get your spare Phillips screws, plenty of O-rings in there. I'd say there was about 8 or 9. And there you go, that's your spares packet. And also, in the sides here, you get this section, which is your 510 adapter. You screw that into the top of the device, then your 510 drip tip goes in there. And on this side then, but I can't get my fingers in to grip it for you, you get your Phillips screwdriver. So there we go, that's the contents of the box. Let's get down to the device itself. Now, let me see if I can screw this off for you. Now, there you go. See if I can get a better view in there for you. Let me screw this off so you guys can see it. There you go, that's the dual coil deck with your Phillips screws. In there then you can see where I've wicked it, and I've got them going in, down at the diagonal angle, and then they're just showing through so that they can juice up. So there you have it, that's the dual coil deck. Now this is the one that I have preferred and found that works best for myself personally. Let's screw that back on for you. So there you have it. Now at the bottom of the device then, if you can see there, let's try and get a better view in there for you. You've got the gold plated flattened 510 connection, which protrudes quite a lot. Now if you can see there as well, the airflow sections as they are. Now what I have found, I will show you on my device here. Let me just grab it for you a second. Now I've screwed the Limitless onto a lot of my devices, and because of that 510 connection and the amount that it protrudes and you cannot adjust it, if you can see on the device there, I've got a hell of a lot of Aki rash, and that is because of the cutouts of the airflow sections there. Now I'll screw it back in to my mannequin here, and I'll show you what I mean. Now if you can notice there, because of how far the 510 connection comes out, you do not get a flush sit on top of your device. There's always that gap there. Now on devices like this, where there was a flush connection, because the 510 in there is loaded down pretty deep, so it does get a flush connection, but then it's going to cause Aki rash, major Aki rash. So yeah, that's a few of the cons that you get. You don't get a flush connection because of how protruding the 510 connection is, and on devices that it does fit flushly in, you will get Aki rash. So there you go guys, that's a close-ups. So now let's head up back on top and give you my final thoughts, and I'll read out some specs of the device for you from the website itself, www.vapenology.co.uk. Rightio then guys, welcome back. I don't know why I just went like that. What to do? I was going to do a double salute to you. But yeah, there we go. Welcome back up on top. Now, we're going to get into my final thoughts on the device now. Now, let me just pop on to the Vapenology website. and take a look at the Limitless XL. There we go. The Limitless XL is £29.99. The colours that this comes in is black, blue, gold, and silver. Specs I read to you off the packaging itself, but I'll go through them as they are written on the Vapenology website. So the diameter of the device is 25mm, direct to coil fan styled airflow control ring, unique rebuildable and swappable deck system, 19.8mm build-in deck, 3.5 to 2.5mm rectangle holes dual coil deck, 6mm diameter air hole, single coil deck, pre-made 0.15 ohm light up chip coil, 50 watt to 215 watt, 4mm tank reservoir, top fill system, Phillips head screws, peak insulator. So there you go. And of course then, if you are a member of my Facebook group, Vapester's Paradise, Vapenology, I will produce it right one day. Sorry, Sam. Sorry, Liam. I will get it right. It's just an habit. So Vapenology. There they are, guys. Vapenology. Now, if you are a member of my Facebook group, Vapester's Paradise, Vapenology are an approved vendor. They're approved vendor #1, and there is a discount code for Vapester's Paradise members. So head on over, guys. Vapester's Paradise 18+ Facebook group. We're full of fun, full of banter, light-hearted, love helping out people, experienced, new, whatever. We all got the same aim, the same goal, to remain off the stinkies. So we're just there to help and have fun while we're doing it. And of course, new to the group now, you can buy the merchandise, whether it be a beanie hat, t-shirt, jumper, hoodie, peak snapback hats, shorts, stickers, whatever you please, in a variety of colours also, not just in yellow. This is just what I preferred for the group myself. So now back to the device. Final thoughts on this. Now, I love the way the dual RTA coil section vapes. Let me take another quick vape for you. As you can see, plenty of vapor production, and the flavour is there. Flavour is really, really good. Now, let's get down to the cons of the device. Now, as I've shown you, let me just screw this off of here for you. Now, I've taken one vape of this since screwing it back on from the close-ups, and that was the vape you just seen me take. Now, if you look at the top of my device there, let's see if we can get a better view in there. There you go. You can see all the water, the vapor mist that's on top of the device. Now, that's just off one vape. So, and then again, on the bottom of the RDA, of the Limitless XL, is those airflow cutouts that you get there. Now, on top of a device that this screws in and gets a flush sit on top of the device, it does cause aggie rash. It scratches the hell out of your mod. Now, on 90% of my devices, it only fits on top of the one device that I got, and that's the Kangatech K-Box 200, which I will be doing a review for on my next video added to my YouTube. But then, like, as you can see, let me screw it back into my mannequin here. Now, it is screwed in tight. If you look on top there, as I've shown you down in the close-ups, you do not get a flush connection, and that is because of the 510 connection at the bottom. It protrudes, I'd say, around 4 to 5 millimeters, which is way too much, and you cannot I have not found a way, and I've looked all over the internet, all over YouTube. I have not found a way where you can adjust that 510 connection to make it sit in a bit flusher so you can get a flush connection on top of your mods. So there we go. Now, all in all, my thoughts on the device with the stock coil section, not very good. It causes your device to get really, really hot, and the heat transfers into your mod itself, which if you're not an experienced vapor, you're a newbie or whatever, you're going to get a little bit panicked by that because you think, well, what's wrong here? Why is my device getting so blimmin' hot? And why is the mod itself getting hot? You're going to think to yourself, is this going to explode in my hands? No. The answer is no. It's just heat transfer from the device itself. But as I said, if you didn't know that, it is going to panic you, and you're going to be thinking to yourself, what's going on by you? So just to lay that out for you, don't panic about it. Your device is not going to blow up. It is just heat transfer from the tank itself, because it does get so hot. Now, for the single coil deck section, that's when things started to get a little bit better for me. Flavor I got more, vapor production was more. But I'm not really a single coil deck user. I like double coil because I love that mouthful blasted with the flavor, and I still love the big, thick, dirty clouds. So then on the third day, I switched to the dual RBA section, and that is what I stuck with. I've absolutely loved using the single deck section. The only con I can say about it, as with every other section, is because of those air hole cutouts at the bottom, you get the vapor mist build up on top of your device, and it makes you think the tank is leaking, but it's not. It's just vapor. But it's a little bit of a con. But for performance, I haven't got nothing bad to say about the dual coil section. Vapor production is brilliant. Flavor production is spot on, and I'm really enjoying it. Let me take another quick vape here. Now, as I said, with that section in it, I can see it being a device that I do use on a regular basis. Maybe not an all-day vape, but it's definitely one that I will use just to switch back and forth between devices. So, final thoughts on it. It is going to get a good recommendation because there is so many cons that come with this device. It's not going to get a really good or an excellent recommendation, but it's going to get a fair one, a good recommendation from me. I've given you the prices. You can pick this up over at vapenology.co.uk. Now, bear in mind it's a 4ml tank capacity, so it is not TPD compliant. So if you are wishing to get one, guys, head on over there before May the 20th. And as I said, if you're a member of Vapester's Paradise, there is a discount code to be used to get your discount off the device itself. So there we go, guys. There it is in all its glory. It's got a good recommendation from me. And thank you very much for tuning in and watching video number 24. And until the next time,
So no, we don't stop walking.